Welcome to Sunday. It is 1:10 p.m. It is July 10th on Sunday. And today I'm going to get right into this, going to offer more tips and hopefully inspiration to those of you who are still struggling. So, my question to you, those folks, is, are you still struggling? And are you asking yourself, what can I do to be able to either leave my body or shift realities? Well, what I can tell you is that depends on you. You can give up, of course. This road isn't necessarily an easy one. And I think as someone who's been doing this for such a long time, I've been doing this since the late 70s. That's when I had my first experience when I was just 9 years old. For someone that's been doing this for quite a long time, I think it's frustrated me. I feel, I'll be really real with you, those of you who are listening to this right now. Sometimes I feel completely helpless to a certain extent because of how big the internet is and how many voices will say certain things out there. It's just so frustrating as someone who's been doing it for a long time and someone who is coming to you without trying to get something from you. I'm not trying to ask you for something as I'm telling you these things. It's not like I'm saying, well, you have to give me this much money, and then I can tell you the secret to being able to shift realities or to astral project. I'm not saying that, nor will I ever say something like that. No, I'm simply telling you these things because I want to share the experiences I've had with you. I want to be completely open and completely honest about all of these experiences to tell you exactly how they were without embellishing or adding anything to it, but just simply telling you the raw, I guess, could you say facts, or just the raw details of what it is that's happened to me. And I know that with many of my experiences, I will, I'll leave off stuff, obviously, stuff that I don't recall or I don't remember. And, I would always think to myself, man, people must get frustrated with me because I'll say, well, I don't remember this part exactly, but, this is what I recall. And for me, it's so important, the whole thing about being very clear and honest with you is one of the most important things. And what I find is that there are many voices out there on the internet, especially voices that are trying to take money or to get money from you, that will tell you that, oh, I can, give you this secret formula or make this thing, simple for you. You should be able to do this in a few days, if not 24 hours. You should be able to do this really fast. It was funny. I took some time to look at TikTok and I saw people on there saying, this is how you do this in 60 seconds. I can explain this to you in 60 seconds. And I, face palm. I'm just like, okay, 60 seconds. Just very interesting. One of the other issues and one of the other problems is that I think that we are so hard on ourselves in general. And this is what I think is happening. And I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that there are a lot of you out there that see these things, maybe on TikTok, or you may see successes on the subreddit, or sometimes even on Amino, you may see people's successes and you will compare yourself to those people. And it's one of the biggest mistakes, because that's with anything in life, but especially with this. You are comparing yourself to others. So what you're sitting and you're asking yourself is, if this person can do this, why can't I do this? Why can't I have the same success as this other person? What am I doing wrong? Well, it must be that I'm just not good enough. I'm not good enough to achieve this. So what we do is we begin to beat ourselves up. We begin to abuse ourselves because we're not getting to the goal fast enough. I don't know who it was. I wish that whoever it was that started saying this, I don't know who it was that said that any of these things, whether it be astral projection or reality shifting, I don't know who said that it was going to be necessarily an easy road. Just like anything else, there will be people who will achieve it quickly. There are some people that will just catch on. It's the same thing with anything in life. And then there are going to be other people that may struggle for it. But I can tell you, as someone who has achieved other things in my life, and sometimes it's been a very difficult thing. I mean, I can think of language as one thing. Spanish, I've taught myself Spanish, but it's taken years. There are some people that would be able to learn that language and learn other languages much, much faster than me. They would be able to achieve it very quickly. But am I going to sit and judge myself and say, well, why aren't I learning it as fast as they are? No, I'm going at my own speed. I'm learning at my own speed. We have to learn to do this. We are not those other people. We are us. Each person is going to be unique and different, and you have to go at your own speed if you want to do this. Now, I have to tell you that, yeah, you know what? I've done the same thing. I've beat myself up, not necessarily for, not being able to astral project on a certain day, or not being able to reality shift when I wanted to do it, but for other things. And again, what I'm going to tell you is this does not help. This does not help your situation. Does not help you to move forward. And I want you to begin by thinking in your mind, okay, what is it that I can do that will help me to move forward with this? One of the things I would suggest is to begin anew, or just to begin the process again. If it's not working, discard everything that you have up to this point and start out brand new again with a completely clean slate. One of the things that I want you to do in the beginning, as you're first starting this process, is first and foremost, get rid of all this stuff that you are hearing on the internet. I mean, I would even say that, you've listened to my experiences. I mean, it's important, I think, to listen to other people's experiences, but what I don't want you to do is compare my experiences or other people's experiences to yours. Your experiences are your own. So you've got to start with this clean slate. The very beginning, start with a clean slate, and begin by asking yourself, first and foremost, why it is that you want to do this. Why do you want to astral project, and why do you want to reality shift? And it's something that I brought up before. And I'm sure there are people that are saying, maybe they're thinking in their mind, well, just get to, like, how can I do this? How can I do this? Look, for those of you who are saying this, I'm going to try and stress this as much as I can. What I am saying to you now is the process of doing it. When I say you should sit down and think about why you want to do this, this is a part of achieving it. This is a part of achieving it simply because you are going inside of yourself and you are starting things up, right? It's like, maybe starting up an engine or something like that. You haven't pushed the gas yet, but you started the engine up. You're thinking about why it is that you want to do this. Why do you want to astral project, and why do you want to reality shift? So start with asking yourself that question. Now, if you want to do it because you're desperate, maybe you have you have this feeling of desperation and you want to escape, I'm going to tell you that desperation is a brick wall and will stop you. At least in my belief, it will stop you every single time. If you try and come at this with desperation, you're not going anywhere, at least in my opinion. Even for me, when there have been times when I felt a certain desperation or something, I'm not going anywhere. I haven't gone anywhere, been stuck exactly where I am in the 3D world. So in my mind, it does not work. You have to approach this with a very relaxed attitude. And your attitude should be, once you've made up your mind why you want to do it, it should be, I'm going to relax. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to chill. I'm going to clear out my mind. And you know what? In clearing your mind, you might want to try just allowing the thoughts or whatever it is that are coming up from your day, or the worries or all the things, to see them, acknowledge them, and then just let them go away. Don't try and fight things. Keep things in a constant flow, but don't try and fight them, because when you try and fight against things like fear and these other things, if you try and fight them or try to suppress them, trust me, they will come up again. Allow them to come up, and then allow them to flow right through you. And just continue to do that. Just continue to allow these things to come up, and then let them flow through you. Now, in regards to, what you could picture or what you could visualize, again, I just did something on visualization, and I think that the key is, I still think that one of the most important keys to this is definitely attitude, and definitely your ability to form your intent, and to not focus in desperation and thinking you have to do this. What I want you to do is just lay down and chill. And the attitude should always be, hey, you know what? If I get this, great. If I don't, that's fine. I can do it again. Clear your head and relax, and do that. Start with that. Start with that on a consistent basis, and just relaxing with the intent of knowing that that's what you want to do. And in my experience, and I've said this before, in my experience, these things happen when you least expect them to happen. So the more expectation you have, I think the more of a challenge it will be to get out there, and the less of an expectation you have, the more chances I think you will have to get out there. Anyway, for now, I'm going to end this Sunday video. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I hope this was helpful to you. Until next time, take care.